Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me?
Hello, hello.
Oh, here we go. I can hear myself, so I must be on. I must be on. I can't seem to hear any audio. Let's have a look. Oh, that's because I've got the master volume down to 1. That's why I can't hear any audio. Right, okay. That's better. That's better. We'll put it up when we start the game. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. Oh my goodness. It's baking hot out here and it's definitely not the time to be playing video games. So we'll see if we can get this done in maybe an hour, because there's only 2 more chapters anyway. Only 2 more chapters. Hopefully we can get it done because I am literally baking. Absolutely baking. Yes. Oh my god. Unfortunately, because I'm talking and I don't want to, upset the neighbours, even though it's 9 o'clock, they can hear me. I've got all the doors and windows shut, you see, so in this room I'm in right now, it is boiling. So let's see if we can get it done. But first we'll talk to the chat. Hello, chat. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. Welcome to the stream. He says, hello, hello. Jamie, welcome. He says, just turned the PS5 and thought to myself about it being a Thursday and you hadn't gone online. Yeah, I know. A little bit late, Jamie. Oh, my God. I don't know. I'm just boiling today. Absolutely boiling. Have you seen Josh's latest short, says Will F1 Gaming? I think so. I'm not quite sure. I was a bit busy earlier, so let me think. Did I see it? Trying to think now. Oh, the one with the lottery winners. Yes, I did. 9:05 on a Thursday evening. Yes, it is. What other commentators do they have? Yes. Jason Ely, welcome, says, WTF1 has moved to BBC. Yes, I think it has. It's been the same here. I must have shred 2 kilos in sweat. I know. I went to the dentist yesterday and it was like a weekend in Benidorm. It was ridiculous. The dentist said to me, he said, what the hell am I doing here? He says, I've got a big thick coat on, a mask around my face, he says, and it's just boiling. And it was in the dentist, absolutely boiling. But there you go. To be honest, though, we haven't really had much of a summer. I mean, all the doom and gloom merchants are going about, oh, climate change, the planet's going to explode by 2023. So said Greta Thunberg. Oh, Greta, it's 2023 and the planet hasn't exploded. So she deleted her tweet that she did in 2018 when she said the planet was going to explode. She deleted it. Yes, she said, well done, Greta. Well done. Love it. Love it. Yes, so in 2018 she did a tweet saying the world was going to explode in 2023 due to climate change. And we're in 2023 now and it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Personally, I'm not a believer of climate change, as you've probably realised. Yes, I think it's a bit of a fallacy, to be honest. The planet, through its evolution over the past thousands of years, has gone through changes in its climate. I mean, we've gone through ice ages. Of course, we wouldn't remember that because we weren't actually around at the time. But we've gone through ice ages. We've gone through periods of extreme heat. I mean, someone actually said on a Twitter post the other day, you remember how hot it was in Egypt, but like thousands of years ago, it was ridiculously hot. And so the planet is constantly evolving. And the thing is, yes, we need to reduce our emissions. That's fine. But we didn't reduce our emissions in the 1970s during the revolution, did we? During the Industrial Revolution. We didn't reduce our emissions then. We were pumping so much from power stations, it was unbelievable. But no, nobody thought back then, oh, I wonder if we shouldn't be doing this because, in about 30 years, this could be really affecting our futures. No, we just did it. So, yeah. But yes, so we should cut down the emissions. And yes, the planet is warming up. But I believe the planet is warming up in a natural cycle. It's just going round and now the planet is warming up. So yes, we should reduce our emissions. That's fine. But here's the other problem I've got with that. If we do reduce our emissions, say we get down to this where everyone wants 0 emissions everywhere. No emissions from anything. Yeah? Now imagine if, like 20 years on from that, the planet actually starts getting colder and colder and colder because a bit like an alcoholic or a drug user, they need their fix. Maybe the planet needs some of those emissions to keep it going. And so if we completely abolish all emissions, maybe the planet might start cooling down, and then we'll start saying, oh no, the planet's getting colder, but we won't be able to do anything about it because we've already knocked down all the power stations and anything that produces emissions, and so we're going to be stuffed that way as well. So yeah, that's what I feel about climate change anyway. As I say, yes, reduce our emissions. I haven't got a problem with that. We should all be reducing the emissions that we do, and to keep jolly old Earth going for a few more years. But what we got to remember is jolly old Earth's been on the jolly old Earth for millions of years, okay? Way before we came along. So if we cock it up, it's only us that's got to blame for it, isn't it? It's our problem if we cock it up. If the planet no longer becomes inhabitable, it's just our fault, that's all. But the planet isn't going to blow up. The planet will still be here in a million years. It will still be here in a billion years. But in a billion years, it may not be habitable for mankind. No, it may not be. And we might have all been wiped out. But the planet itself will still be here. So all those scare stories about the planet's going to blow up, it's all bollocks, absolute bollocks, because the planet's not going to blow up. Eventually the planet will blow up. I think because I'm a bit of a nerd about all this science stuff, I think it's about 10 billion years. I think eventually the sun will die out, and then the Earth will start to cool. It's a very good video on YouTube all about that, using very state-of-the-art computer graphics, and it's got a lot of views on it, so it's really good. But it shows you exactly what happens when the sun dies, and then the Earth will die. In fact, I was quite surprised that once the sun has died, how long the Earth will still actually be pretty okay for quite a few sort of like decades, because it will take that long for the heat of the sun to actually extinguish coming towards the Earth. And so for even like 2 decades after the sun has completely extinguished, the Earth will be, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's not going to be the same because there won't be any sun, but the Earth will only be like 10 degrees colder for at least 1 or 2 decades before it eventually starts cooling rapidly to the point where, you know, nobody would be able to live on it, and then it would just become an ice planet, and that would be it. But even when it's an ice planet, it'll probably still be here. I mean, eventually a black hole will come along and suck all these planets away, and then it will go. But all these scare stories about the planet exploding is, I mean, obviously, yeah, the planet. No, even during, I'm sorry to mention this, I don't like to, but even during a war, the planet's still not going to explode. Yeah, the only thing that will make the planet explode is some catastrophic problem with the Earth's core, and then it ruptures, and then. But that's the only reason. And I say the planet's been here for millions of years already, so it's highly unlikely that's going to happen. It's not going to happen in our lifetimes anyway. It's not going to happen in future lifetimes. But it could happen, I don't know, a million years in the future. But we shouldn't worry about these things now. So yeah. So all the scaremongering, the planet is not going to explode. The planet, though, is going to get warmer. We are going to get these climate events with, like, the downpours of rain, which I experienced myself last week, an absolute downpour for 45 minutes. I'd never experienced rain like it, I have to say. So these things are going to happen. So, you know, we've got to do our little bit to keep the emissions down. But I believe it's a fundamental error if we completely go zero on everything. It really is. And I think we'll regret that 20, 30 years down the line. We should just, you know, keep things like anything, in moderation, keep the jolly old planet going. As I say, the jolly old planet will still be going long after we've been extinct off the planet. We'll be gone. The planet will still be going. Yes. Perhaps then the apes will take over. Yeah, and it really will be like Planet of the Apes, because, you know, obviously apes can survive in hotter temperatures than we can. So yeah, maybe finally Caesar will rule the planet Earth. I can't wait. Well, I won't be here, so I won't wait. But yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, but anyway, so to all the scaremongering about climate change, it's all a load of bollocks, and it's all political agendas. That's all it is, political agendas. I mean, just in my situation, yeah, my electricity company is called EDF Energy in the UK. That's who supplies my electricity. I've had like 20 letters in the past 3 months about getting a smart meter, because I refuse to have a smart meter put in. Okay, I refuse. I've heard too many stories about them not working or over-reading your electric or whatever. So I refused to, and they've resorted now to bullying tactics, saying I must get this put in. And, you know, it's like my life depends on it, having a smart meter put in. And really, I have to say, the last email I received from them, I'm really deciding about whether I should do something about that, because I won't go into details, but it was basically harassment. It really was harassment. They were trying to tell me that the meter that I had was being phased out next year and had to be, well, this is all incorrect, because I checked the meter and I haven't got the meter that they were telling me in this email. So it's just an excuse, because they've got to hit these government targets for smart meters. They're way below it, 56% I think, and they've got to reach 95, otherwise the government gives them a right slap on the wrist. They haven't reached it, they're not going to reach it, so they're just desperately trying to get these smart meters inside everyone's. Listen, as soon as my meter packs up and stops working, come round and put a new meter in. If it's a smart meter, that's fine. But all the time the meter's working, leave it alone. And I refuse to have one put in. So, yeah, I don't know what tactics they're going to use next, but they'll carry on, don't worry. Anyway, that's me rambling. I said I'd get this done in an hour, and I've just been rambling on about fucking climate change and smart meters, and we haven't even started yet. Let's, it's been slowly strangled. Yes, it has. Now, did anyone notice today that WTF1, after my video on Monday saying that all they're uploading is shorts, they actually uploaded a long form video? I just thought that was incredibly funny. It's just, I know. I mean, surely they're not watching my videos. I can't see it, to be honest. I can't even think they'd be caring about it, to be honest. But yeah, they actually uploaded today a long form video, and I just thought it was really funny. Will F1 goes, says, what the fuck? Why are you wearing a fit coat? No, not me, Will. The dentist. I wasn't wearing a fit coat. I need a shirt on. Jamie says, still 3 months left. Yeah. You mean 1870s? There were 3 day weeks in 19. So that's true. That's true. I wouldn't mind, to be honest. No, that would be good if it went really cold. Yeah, I'd like it cold. I don't like the heat. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the stream. Says, hey, Dave. Did you see the Cruel Room comment section? I think I have. I'm not quite sure. I hate these temperatures, sweating everywhere. I know, ridiculous. Anyway, I've got no voice left already because it's hot in here. But let's carry on, because apparently there's only 2 more chapters left of Breaking Point. Look, my voice is going already. Anyway, if you remember last week's hilarious episode, you will remember right on the last lap of the objective I had to achieve, I got wiped out viciously by... Who was it? Was it Lando? I can't remember now, but I was wiped out. But thankfully, I managed to still complete the objective just. And if anyone hasn't seen that stream, go check it out, because it was really funny. And what the funniest bit was that everyone in my All Seasons a few weeks ago was saying, Alonso, thank you, Ian Travis Alonso. Everyone in my All Seasons a couple of weeks ago was saying, oh yeah, you know, it's all scripted, and I did that live, and obviously I had no control over what was going on. I had absolutely no. I turned into Alonso. I did, yes. As I say, I had no control over what was going on there, and so I just thought that was funny. 1K views on your last video, says Hookster's flashing red light supplier. Well, thank you very much. Yes, I'm very pleased that is getting out to everyone. I'm sure WTF1 aren't too pleased that it's getting out to everyone. But yes, 1K, yes, for a tiny little micro channel like me, 1K is basically the equivalent of the big boys' 100,000 views on a video. That's, if you look at that in subjective terms, that's about the equivalent. So yeah, very, very, very happy. I'm glad people enjoy those videos, because obviously there's a finite time when I'm going to be doing these career modes and I'm going to stop. I was thinking at the time, shall I just stop altogether? But you guys seem to enjoy those ones where I'm just talking to camera, so I think I may carry on. I say that now, so don't hold me to it, but I think I may carry on after I stop the career modes. I may carry on just making those type of videos. I'm not sure yet, but I think I may. Anyway, that's all later in the future. At the moment, I'm still doing the career modes, so don't worry about it. Let's continue now with Breaking Point. Their latest video's got 2,100 views in 4 hours. Well, it's the day found, of course, lots of 2,100 views. Well done, WTF1. You see, I've made them popular again. Yes, I've made them popular again. They should be thanking me. They should be thanking me. They won't, but they should be. Oh dear. Right, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh blimey, I forgot to change the volume up. Hang on. Can I do that now? No, it doesn't look like I can. Okay, it may go quiet until I change the volume. Hang on. Do 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 do. Oh, here we go. I can do it from here, I think. Audio settings. 2,000 subscribers by 2025. It could be, Matt. 2,000 by 2025. Yes. That could be what... Wait a minute. Hold the phone. I've got 10 people watching me right now. Oh, hello. Phone's ringing. Oh, it's MILF Evelyn. Hello there, Evelyn.
Go on then. Let's have it.
That's not going to answer the phone.
Say your piece, mother dearest.
Fine,
Ooh.
you want to be like that. I did say you need to be careful what you tell the media about your father, didn't I? That was the perfect opportunity today to smooth it all over, but no, you only reinforced what everyone's already saying about you.
That's just how I feel.
I mean, you've got a stubborn streak in you. I think it comes from your father. Definitely not mine. He was always so determined, unable to admit to his mistakes.
What's your point, Mum?
My point is that nobody likes your father. Sorry. Just be careful, Cal.
Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
I'll let you go, darling. Ciao.
Ciao. Call me, Evelyn. Call me. Oh, God, who's this? Oh, it's Andreo. Boss man. Better accept it.
Hey, Andrea.
Callie, listen about it. I know you like tell it how it is when you talk to the press.
They all know the truth, Andrea.
Yeah, but the truth has different levels, shall we say.
Not sure I agree, but go on.
Well, it would be good for the team if you could be more considerate in the future. We are trying to attract new investors. You know this. The image we present is important.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I'd just rather not lie about something so obvious.
We all care about the future of the team, I hope. You think on it. That's all.
Yeah, will do.
Nice. Right, let's go to the news. Connor Sport problems continue. It's a race of critical importance for the team. Their two drivers make contact yet again, forcing Callie Mad to pit early and replace her front wing. Oh yes, I remember that from last week's episode. It was well exciting. Yes, unlike the F1 2023 current season. Well done, Max. Social. Now, for the last episode in this series, are we going to get the man with his shaved pussy? Oh, I hope so. I'm fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. We've got Rosanna Tennant. We've got Benjamin Daly. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Tiamat Marduk, greatest living F1 YouTuber of all time. I bow to you, sir. Was that too much? Was that too much? Maya claims she'd still be racing F1 without her father's involvement. Not sure everyone would agree with that. A grumpy old fan. That's definitely me. Come on, where is he? Where is he? And where's David Twat Coulthard? No one. Tommy T99. Mini Whisks. Beep beep. Noble F1's in there. But come on. There he is. There he is. David Twat Coulthard, of course. One of the main commentators on the Channel 4 coverage. Yes, 52 years old, which means he's just slightly a little bit younger than me. A little bit younger than me. And David Coulthard, he's the legend. He is the GOAT of Formula One. Yes, the GOAT of Formula One. Who can forget the 1998 Spa Grand Prix and those absolutely soaking wet conditions when he absolutely took out about 12 cars before the first corner and caused, I do believe at the time, over £15 million or dollars, whatever you want to call it, of damage. Yes. And what did David Coulthard do? Well, he just blamed Eddie Irvine and said, no, it wasn't me, mate, it was him. It was that bloke in the Ferrari, that's what I did. I was completely innocent, mate. It was nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me whatsoever. So, yes, he is the GOAT of Formula One. A very good commentator, I have to say right now, on Channel 4. Very impressed with his commentating. A little bit less impressed with his performance. I think it was during the 1995 season where he made a lot of mistakes, including the famous one where he actually crashed on the formation lap. Yes, on the formation lap, David Coulthard crashed. I don't know, there may have been other times when this has happened, but I'm not quite sure. But you have to be some kind of special driver. A real special driver to actually crash on the formation lap, which, don't forget, you're only going at sort of half the speed. Yes, half the speed. Apparently, he said, unfortunately, he was trying to do a little bit of a burnout start and hit the brake too early, and the car locked up, and away you went into the gravels. But yes, I loved it at the time. So did everyone watching. Murray Walker was just, I mean, he was brilliant as always. I mean, underneath you could hear he was just giggling like anything, but he kept it completely under control, and it was like, oh my goodness, it's Coulthard, and he's crashed on the formation lap. It was just absolutely brilliant. So yes, well done to DC. Aggressive driving from Jackson out there cost Mayo additional points a day. Ackerman looked flabbergasted on the pit wall. We've got Technical Terry, box, Anthony Davidson. Yes. So it would seem that Butler is back in the paddock this weekend with Connor Sport. Should Kelly be looking over her shoulder? Possibly. Right, all caught up. Emails. Devon Butler. Your new superior. All right, sis. New role, new email address. Use this one from now on. Tar. Oh, God, is he now in charge? Now, Devon bloody Butler. We are professional F1 drivers. I beg to differ, sir. I beg to differ. Right, here we go then. Chapter 16 out of 17. Just 2 more to go. I want to see what we got to do. I haven't actually watched F1 YouTubers. So I don't know whether we've got like a full race coming up. I don't know. But we'll F1 go and says, fucking hell, Devon says tar. Yeah, he does. Tar. Ta-ta. Anyway, let's go to the next chapter. Singapore. Oh, God. Several weeks later, chapter 15. Oh, chapter 15. Oh, we still got 3 chapters to go. Bloody hell. With their dysfunction clear for all to see, and with only a handful of races now left in the 2023 season, Connor Sport look like a team on the ropes as they head to Singapore.
Flagging off. Hey. Ooh.
Scared the life out of me, mate.
I didn't mean to. Picking up any tips?
I don't think they like the short strays here.
You didn't mind them, did you?
I love this track. Always do well here. Well, used to.
How are you doing, Devon?
Me? Golden, mate. Loving life.
Yeah, sure.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
It's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Yeah, well, like that. But, I didn't choose this, Casper. I didn't.
I know.
You came back, right? How's it treating you?
Ups and downs.
How's our old teammate doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's happy here.
He still thinks he belongs in that top team, see? He's never let it go. That's the problem. You know, I could have a word with him. I mean, if you think that might help.
It's all a bit there.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I understand.
No, Devon, I mean it.
Huh? Scouts on him, mate.
He's such a cad, isn't he? Such a cad.
Hey, we need your input on this one.
Ooh, trouble in the garage. An anonymous source has talked to the press about how Callie might not be criticised at Connorsport. So that came from the mechanic who had a running with Callie in the garage. The press are really lacking on how do you want to handle it. Oh, I can't discipline. Oh no, that's my level's not at 8, so I can't. I'm upset now. Let's go for cautious then, won't we? Devon just been in. He said the two of you had a little chat and we both agree Aiden needs a bit of extra motivation. Is that true? This will affect the bonus objective in the upcoming... Oh, God. God, I've got to choose the right one then. Typical Devon. We have our projections and we'll stick with our agreed plan. I'm going to put agree to that. The fans really latched onto our statement throwing support behind Andrea on social media. People have been sharing their favourite passionate Andrea images ever since it's become a hashtag. Nice. Bad news. Lucas' article came out about you and it's the PR department feared. People are calling it a puff piece. Oh dear. A puff piece? Isn't that what WTF1 do every day? Puff pieces. Oh, Dave. Shut up now. Right. So what was Devon's... Oh, God, the phone's ringing. Is it ever... Oh, no, it's Andrea. Hello?
Did you read his email?
I glanced at it.
Sly old fox in that one.
Sly old fox.
Running a place for Devon, as if we had a choice, Casper. As if it was our decision.
Yeah, I know.
How's it going with Devon anyway?
Yeah, he's still struggling. But he does really care about the team, so, you know, maybe it'll work out.
Well, that's something at least.
Rather him than his father, right?
Rather neither of them, Casper. anyway, I'll see you.
Yeah, see you.
Oh, God, phone's ringing again. Oh, it's Davidoff. Butler's boss.
Davidoff.
Back a moment. Look, I know it's none of my business, but that story about mechanics really blowing up. I trust you dealing with it.
I'm going to clear everything up myself. I've arranged a press conference. I'll tell them everything's fine.
That's exactly what I'd call dealing with it.
You want me to fire him?
Well, that would be your decision, naturally.
I'm not going to fire a good mechanic without any proof. The decision is made.
So be it.
So what was Devon's condition? Although widely suspected, Butler recently went on the record for the first time to acknowledge his medical condition, tinnitus. Now I have first-hand experience of this because I do suffer from tinnitus myself, have done for about the past 10 years now. 10 years, yes. Not very good, I have to say. Tinnitus is a condition in which the sufferer hears sounds that haven't come from an external source. Instead, the sounds come from inside the person's own body. Often described as a ringing in the ears, the sounds might also take the form of buzzing or humming and is often linked with hearing loss. Yes, that is everything that I have as well. Butler's symptoms also included vertigo and dizziness. Yes, two other symptoms that I also get. Vertigo is one of... the worst ones that I get, and unfortunately playing video games doesn't improve the situation. I have been, it's rather silly in the past where I've got vertigo halfway through like playing a league race and I've just carried on. There was one really bad one once. We were doing a GT race on Gran Turismo. I think it must have been Gran Turismo Sport or something. It was with the ERL, but I think it was back on Gran Turismo Sport, and it was a 2-hour race, and I literally started to get vertigo 2 minutes into this 2-hour race, 2 minutes, and I was getting dizzy. But instead of stopping like an idiot that I am, I carried on and did the full 2 hours, and oh my God, I was literally sick for days, because once you get vertigo, especially if it's being caused by like playing video games, you have to stop straight away. If you stop straight away, and sit and think about it for about half an hour, it usually gets better. It usually starts to subside. But if you carry on, it just gets worse. That's what I did on. Oh my God, I was determined just to carry on, because unfortunately, in life, you know, sometimes you have to just carry on. Despite, I mean, my doctor told me years ago that I shouldn't play video games anymore. I should give it up and not do it. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. But I have to have limits. Basically 2 hours, and then I stop anyway. And you know, I might come back, but I always have a break before I come back. So I like a 2 hour limit on playing video games. But yeah, it's it's a very annoying condition. I've seen people on forums saying that, you know, it's so bad that it's driven them to suicide. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but in my right ear it's like church bells going off, and that's 24/7. That's basically what it sounds like. It's like church bells, you know, the dong 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 dong, and it's all at different frequencies as well. That's in my right ear, and that's 24/7. In the left ear, it's the constant classic ringing, which is also 24/7. It never goes away ever. Unfortunately, it's always there. So I have to sort of adapt certain situations. Like, so when I go to sleep, I've always got a fan on. Not because I need the fan, and unfortunately, I've even got the fan going during the winter. So even if it's like -5, the fan is still going, basically just for noise, because I have to have background noise. If I switch everything off and sit in total silence, the actual tinnitus starts to increase in its noise, because my background noise is not filtering it out. So you actually start to get this noise, and it just increases and it gets louder and louder and louder. So yeah, that is my tinnitus symptoms. So I do get vertigo and what have you, and there's no warning either. It just comes on, and you know, you're absolutely fine. I do get a slight warning. I start to feel hot and sweaty. That's what I feel like, and then I'm like, oh dear, I think I'm going to start getting dizzy in a minute, and then that's usually what happens. So that's the warning I get. But apart from that, you don't sort of feel it a couple of hours before or anything. But yeah, so it's not good. It's not good, but it's just, you know, lots of people have got lots of conditions that they live with, and lots of people have got a lot of conditions that they live with, which is a lot worse than, you know, tinnitus. So, you know, you just get on with it. At the end of the day, you just get on with it. It's just something that I've developed, and it's just like the vertigo. Unfortunately, I've had way before the tinnitus. The vertigo I've had for about the past 20 years. Unfortunately, I had a head injury back in my youth, and I started to get vertigo after that, and it's sort of continued from that point onwards. So the vertigo is actually separate from the tinnitus. That is something I've had for a very long time. The tinnitus has only happened about 10 years ago. I was actually I believe the tinnitus started anyway. I actually had a tooth removed, and I went deaf in my right ear for 6 weeks. Yeah, it was very, very, very weird, and it was on the same side that I'd had the tooth removed, and I'd gone completely deaf. I could not hear a thing. It was very, very sort of, you know, because I thought, is this it? Is this it for good? Am I never going to get the hearing back? But yeah, so for about 6 weeks, and then it did come back. But then after that, like a few weeks afterwards, that's when the tinnitus started, and it was in the right ear. That's when it started. That's when I've had the church bells, and now over the years, slowly I've developed like the classic ringing in the left ear as well. But yeah, as I say, you know, I don't want to go on about it. I think I've done that enough already. But yeah, it's just something you live with. As I say, lots of people have conditions that they live with, and you just get on with it. At the end of the day, there's lots of people out there who've got far worse than, you know, tinnitus, and have real struggles in their day-to-day lives, but you just get on with it at the end of the day. It's not, you know, if you let these things get you down, then obviously, you know, you'll get down even further. You just deal with it, and as I say, if I get vertigo, I just have to stop what I'm doing and stuff like that. It's just one of those things. So yeah, possibly a sort of part-time career being an F1 YouTuber wasn't probably the best course of action for me, but you know, it's something that I enjoy, so why not? Why not? There you go. Right, let's check the comments, because we got quite a few here. Bloody hell. Helium Trophy says, or the 1995 Adelaide... Oh, yes, the Adelaide Grand Prix. That was classic. Ah, Monza. Scott Barnes says, Hookster of the Week, the new series. Fantastic. Yeah, that should be... I should call that, shouldn't I? Hookster of the Week. Yes. Have it on and off myself. Oh, the tinnitus. Yeah, I'll say it's not good, is it? Matthew says, I have minor constant tinnitus. Use a fan if you're on your own. It takes away the annoying sound. Yeah. KDF1, hello, welcome to the stream. So sorry, I'm late at sibling duty. That's okay, not a problem. A driver would carry on even if they have that, let's be honest, just wear a hearing aid. It's bullshit. Yeah, I think I said that last week, didn't I, when they said about hearing problems, and I said he would carry on. Yeah. If I was a driver with tinnitus, I would carry on. Obviously, I'm not. I'm just a virtual idiot, but yeah, if I was a driver, I'd probably carry on. The only problem, of course, would be the vertigo and the dizziness. If that was becoming a serious problem, which obviously, if you were a real Formula One driver with all the G-forces that entails, that certainly wouldn't help with vertigo and dizziness. So you probably have to retire on that basis. But you can have tinnitus on its own with no vertigo and dizziness. I mean, I've got tinnitus 24/7. I haven't got vertigo 24/7. The vertigo is very infrequent and just comes on, I don't know, once or twice a month. And it's usually like a couple of seconds and it goes. Sometimes it lasts a bit longer. So, yeah, if all you had was tinnitus, which, as I say, you can have them separately. They don't both come together, as a thing. They can be separate. I'd carry on going. So, yeah, it is a little bit of an easy option, really, to get rid of Devon, I think. Will says, Josh plays the lottery winners. Josh pays the lottery winners. Oh, does he? I expect he does, yes. Best way to deal with it is not to think about it. That's what aggravates it, tinnitus in your head rather than ears. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's best not to think about it. I try not to think about it. I say the only time I actually think about it is when I'm in total silence, which is why I can't be in total silence. So I've always got to have something going on in the background, and that's the only time I actually think about it. On a day-to-day basis, I'd never give it a second thought. I mean, a lot of the day I'm wearing headphones anyway, which I know is not good for tinnitus and I shouldn't do, but it's just like that I have to do. So the headphones, with noises coming out of there all the time, they stop you thinking about it anyway. So yeah. Paolo Pletti, World of Streaming says, congratulations to Max Verstappen on winning 10 races in a row. Also, congratulations to Verstappen on winning the Singapore Grand Prix. Yes, bit of foreshadowing there, but I'm sure you'll be right. Paolo says, I hate the T word, that's why I don't listen to music. Sometimes one ear will be louder than the other, like it is now. Yeah, I know. I do hate that myself when one ear is louder than the other. I also get a thing where one ear will go deaf for about 1 minute. Like completely, I'll lose everything in one ear for about a minute, and then the actual ringing is like 10 times louder. And I think, you always think to yourself the worst. Obviously, you think, oh God, is this it? Is this going to stay like this? And then slowly it starts to come back and the ringing subsides. That's horrible. I don't wish that on anyone. That's a horrible thing to have. But I get that regularly, on the regular. And I also get blocked feeling in my ears as well, like your ears blocked. And then suddenly I'll go and like have a drink, and the ear will pop, and then the hearing comes back. That happens all the time, and that is a bit bloody annoying as well. But as I say, you just get on with it. Will F1 goes, says, this hot weather is not good for my long COVID. No, I agree, Will. Yeah, it is very too hot. 34 minutes and no corners completely. Yes. Virtual idiot. That's me, virtual idiot. Congratulations, says KTF1 on to Max winning the 2024 and 2025 championship, winning every race in the process. Just imagine if that happens. It's going to be seriously bad news for Formula One. It really is seriously bad news. And as I've said in previous streams, though, I don't know what the FIA can do about it. They haven't got a Max Mosley there anymore. They haven't got a Bernie Eccleston there anymore. They really haven't got anyone that could come round and say, right, this is what we're going to have to do to stop Max from winning. Because that's what they've got to do. They've got to stop Max from winning. It was the same back with the Michael Schumacher days. They came up with ideas, or Bernie did, to stop Michael from winning, because they knew it was getting out of control. And that's what it's doing. In fact, it's more out of control now than it was back in the day. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, hang on, Lewis Hamilton, all yes," but the actual win ratio of Max Verstappen is a lot higher than even in the Lewis Hamilton dominant era, even in the Michael Schumacher. Well, Max has proved that because he's just beaten the record. So the win ratio is higher. So it's a serious problem right now. It really is. But I just don't know any way that the FIA can cure it. As I say, they can't go back and start fixing the races. Otherwise, everyone will know that's what they're doing. And you can't really stop Max. You can't say, "Look, Max, slow down and let the others catch up, will you?" Sanctions on Red Bull. That's all they can do, really, and try and put a spanner in the works. Try. I don't know. But it's a very difficult. And as I say, there's no one at the FIA these days that could come up with any. I mean, Ross Brawn seems to have disappeared now as well. He was around for a few years, but he doesn't seem to be around anymore. So there's no one here. I mean, Ross Brawn, don't forget, was one of the instigators of the new F1 2022 cars. And he seems to have, I don't know, taken the money and run. I haven't seen a lot of Ross Brawn recently because he was the one that said that, "Oh, this is going to introduce, more overtaking and more opportunity," and it hasn't, has it? So yeah, Ross has disappeared very quickly. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But if he wins every race this season and next season, it's going to be terrible for the sport. Terrible. Great for Max, and as I said before, I'm not having a go at Max. How can you have a go at someone who's winning the races? You cannot. It's not his fault. He's winning the races. What can you do? You can't do anything. So yeah, congratulations to Max. I'm not having a go at Max at all, but something has to be done because it is really, really bad for the sport. It is. Dominance is really, really bad. I know, but what can you do? What can you do? Other teams will win races in 2024. I'm tipping both McLaren and Aston Martin to be a threat in 2025. I think they'll come back. We'll have a little argument in my chat with each other. Okay. Also, says Plano Plessy, it took a while, but WTF1 went from 1.6 to 1.5 million subscribers. Only 2 million views in the last month. Yeah, I noticed they dropped down a little bit. I used to watch them on the Social Blade, but unfortunately Social Blade has lost the ability to show real-time subscribers. I don't know why, something has happened, but they can't show real-time anymore, so I do get the statistics off another sort of YouTube counting program, and yeah, I've noticed slowly losing the will to live. KDF1 says, no higher than 9th actually, Will, but after Bahrain, could you blame anyone for thinking that? Whilst P1's video of Ricardo has 81k views in 5 hours. Over-familiarity breeds contempt. Yes, it does. No one cares about WTF1 or P1. We all know Imola 2022 scarred you for life, KD. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's... Someone in the comments actually on that video I did on Monday said... very, very true, in fact, about Andre Harrison. They said he was really good when he was on his own doing his Harrison 101 channel, and then he was really good when he was doing his Motorsport 101. But they also said, but as soon as he started on WTF1, they said they noticed a change and they can't put their finger on what that change was. Well, I offer my opinion for that, and that was that, well, basically, because... when you're doing your own channel, you can do your own thing, which means also you can say things that, you wouldn't say on a big channel. And that's probably why this person noticed a change in Andre's behaviour, okay? But the same thing happened with Xmaddy G. When he joined WTF1, he used to have his own channel with about 45,000 subs on it. He used to do a thing called The Rage Kitchen, where you would talk about the race and rant about it. And it went... very much to as far as you could go on YouTube. That's how far he went with it, and everyone loved it. But as soon as he went to WTF1, because big corporation, it's owned by the race, even though they seem to not want to do anything with the channel except watch it disappear into dust. I noticed there was a big celebration yesterday because the Race F1 YouTube channel was just reached 1 million subs. And as I say, they don't seem to be concerned with WTF1, but maybe that's the plan. They want to sink it because obviously at the time when Matt and Tommy was around, it was competition. So maybe they just want to, sort of put it into the ground and say that's it, we're done with it. But yeah, there's a big celebration. They reached 1 million subs. But yeah, once you go on to WTF1, Matt was the same. It changed from the Rage Kitchen to the Rage Corner, but he had to sanitize it. It was really, and he couldn't swear in it, and he had to tone down some of the stuff that he was saying because he was in the Rage Kitchen really taking the piss out of some of the drivers. And of course, he knew that at the point when he joined WTF1, he'd be interviewing some of these said drivers, so it all had to be toned down. And that's the trouble with big channels versus YouTube versus small channels. That's the big problem, is that everything has to be sanitized and toned down, and that's a problem that I've got. But don't worry, because you'll never see me on WTF1. Thank God, you'll never see me on there, because even if they asked, which obviously they're never going to do, but even if they asked, I wouldn't go on there, because I know that I'd have to be sanitized. If you look at everyone, all the guests on there, they're all shut down. Their opinions have to be at a certain level of acceptance. You can't go over and suddenly turn around and say, this driver's a prick or whatever. You can't say that live on something like WTF1. You've got to toe the corporate line, and that's the problem, because I wouldn't be able to toe the corporate line. I'd have to say, oh no, I don't agree with that. As I've said in previous streams, I love it when people don't agree with my opinions and come back at me and say, no, Dave, you're being a silly twat. Shut up. This is what should happen. That's the kind of stuff that I feed on. That's great for me. So WTF1, no, I can't be bothered with it. I really couldn't be bothered with it. Even if they asked, which I'm sure they wouldn't anyway. Palmer says, I wonder if whenever WTF1 reach below 1 million, they'll have to give YouTube their golden play button back. Yes, they might. I think it's awarded for reaching 1 million. I don't think you'd have to give it back if they go below it. But that would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Hurry up, says Will F. Gun Gaming. Where's the race and all this WTF1? Right, you lot. I'm getting on with it right now. Here we go. Social. Where's Mr. Shave Pussy? Come on, quickly. Araba's in the chat, not being funny, but what good does it do anyone for Devon Butler to be hanging around a Connor Sport? Oh dear. There he is! A long bottom with his shave pussy says, who's to say he doesn't have valuable input? Crofty. No, we don't talk about Crofty. Shut up, Crofty. Oh, Natalie Pinkham's there. I can confirm that Devon is indeed in the paddock. Lovely. Who else we got? Anyone? David Coulthard? No? Right. Emails? Rubbish. Mark Priestley? Yeah, whatever. Right. Let's get on with it.
Did Casper really manage to
I read between the lines. Look, Casper's good at lots of things, but I know people. I know how to get in their heads.
Yeah.
And I wanted to help Dad, help the team, so,
Leave me alone.
Listen, I'm just saying, mate, if you were such an incredible driver, you wouldn't be a constable, would you? I'm sorry, it's the truth. No offense.
Maybe I won't be here next season.
Oh, dude. You know what your problem is?
Yeah. You.
You think you're better than the team. I remember when Aiden Jackson was just happy to be behind the wheel of an F1 car. We all like that guy far better than this one.
You never liked me.
No. But Casper, once upon a time. No, you're different now. You think you're too good for the team. Your head's stuck in some imaginary big three-seat in cloud cuckoo land, mate.
Cloud cuckoo.
You have got to drive the car you're in.
You're lecturing me about ego.
Subject I know.
Oh, right. I get it. So you're allowed to be cocky, but I'm not. Is that it?
There's a difference.
How can there possibly be a difference?
This isn't you, mate.
Oh, get lost. Be true to myself. Drive the car I'm in. The wisdom of Devon Butler. Should I be living my best life too?
Just drive the car you're in, mate, yeah? Ciao.
Ciao. Everyone stop putting Thunderbirds in the chat, otherwise you'll get me started again and I'll be here for... This will be breaking point episode 57 by the time I get this finished. Singapore Grand Prix race day, chapter 15. With Devon's words still repeating in his head, a focused and determined Aiden Jackson looks to return to form. Aiden is such a fanny.
Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a 3.1 mile lap here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, with 47% taken at full throttle. It's hot, humid and bumpy around the 13 lefts and 10 rights of mostly slow corners. But we should see speeds of up to 200 miles per hour along the Raffles Boulevard. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Joe, Ocon, Stroll, Mayer, Jackson, De Vries, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Gasly, Bottas, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Well, it's a beautiful night here at the Marina Bay Circuit, and as ever, a really enthralling Singapore Grand Prix ahead of us.
That's right, Crofty. And while there's not many surprises at the top of the standings right now, there's a lot to watch out for further down the pack.
One driver I'll be definitely keeping my eye on is Connor Sports' Aiden Jackson. He's been less than consistent so far this season.
Aiden, you know what you're doing here. Let's lock in and give it everything. Show us what you got.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's just a full race. Oh my God, it's a full race. Don't believe it. Increased downforce. Yeah, we'll leave that like that. Okay. There we go. Right, let's go for it. Primary objective. Finish in the top 5. I'm 13th, aren't I? Oh God.
battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay, gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
tiger. I was looking up at the screen when Matt said you better let Randy do this chapter for you, Dave. You lot, honestly, just put me off so many times. Well, clearly I'm not going to do that objective. I've got to be a lot more aggressive. You lot in the comments, seriously. I keep looking up at that, not so... Right, okay, let's... Because we don't want to do the whole 25% and know that we're not going to get anywhere near our objective, which we're not going to do at the moment, because it's finishing the top 5. So we're going to restart that. Right, okay, let's knuckle down and see if we can get this done. Whew, this is quite difficult, this chapter, I must admit. Right, let's go for it. Shush, everyone. Right.
Aiden, you know what you're doing here. Let's lock in and give it everything. Show us what you got.
Alright, I've got to be way more aggressive here. Let's go. Oop.
DRS is now available.
Come on! Come on!
Approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums. Our gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.5 seconds.
Now you go put my wheel nuts on properly. Wow, this is so nerve-wracking doing it live because I can't edit it and make me look fantastic. Yes. Come on, good. No! Oh, I got held! No, I got held behind Russell! No, you bastards!
Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres.
Sorry, George, I've got to beat you. No, George, no! Bad boy, get back in your basket.
Okay, Callie's in the pits. Callie's in the pits now.
If I don't beat him out of the pits, I'm stuffed. Come on!
Ocon stopping now.
No! No! Pastry! Bugger! Oh, I'm going all to pieces now. I'm turning to pastry myself. Come on!
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Wait, someone's pitted! Oh, fucking hell! Oh, oh my god! Oh.
Managing your tyres, manage your tyres. That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds. You've lost some time to the car behind.
Whew.
Okay, you've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.8 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 4.6 seconds.
George!
Okay, mate, it's the final lap of the race. Final lap. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
George! Oh my god, that was so stressful. Oh, my hands are shaking again. Oh, I saw, oh.
Grit and determination shown by some of the drivers out there today, Crofty, was nothing short of incredible.
Elbows out, especially from Aiden Jackson. Loved his race today, and he finally delivered the sort of performance that we know that he's capable of. So whatever they're saying to him over at Coversport, he seems to be listening to. So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers to the podium.
Lulu!
It's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Oh my god. Why do I do this every week? I saw pastry ahead and that was it for me. I was just, my bottle had gone by that point. Just a bit of luck, some other cars coming for a pit stop. Otherwise, oh my god, I don't think I would have. Well, you can clearly see I couldn't have caught Piastri.
Now, Aidan, you have had your ups and downs this season, but tell me, on the whole, are you pleased with your overall performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we've achieved. You know, F1 gets more and more competitive every single day, so I've really given it all this season, and today I've been able to show a little bit more from the
Okay, I'm going to be cheeky, go straight for the jugular. If you had to choose a teammate between Callie and Devon, who would it be?
I guess I'd have to choose Callie. We've had our differences, but I'd take her over Devon any day. Plus, she's clearly the better driver.
Now, Aidan, you have recently hinted that you're not entirely happy at Connor Sport. Tell me, is it true?
My happiness is neither here nor there right now. I've got a job to do this season, and I want to do it the best I can.
There's been wild speculation on whether or not Connor Sport can even be on the grid next season, so can you tell us more?
It all comes down to the investors, really. I know they can be pretty cutthroat when it comes to these kinds of things, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we struggle to find funding.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Oh my god. Singapore Grand Prix post-race, Chapter 15. Under the floodlights in Singapore, Aidan Jackson puts in a magnificent performance at Connor Sport. Oh. Wowzers. Well, oh god, phone's ringing. Oh, it's Davidoff. What do you want, Davidoff?
The investors are ruthless, are they?
They seem pretty ruthless to me, yeah.
Look, those kind of answers, they don't serve our mutual interests.
I'm just telling the truth.
Nobody's asking you to lie.
Aren't you?
Connor Sport is a success story. It doesn't help anyone to start claiming otherwise.
I'm not sure we're really a success story if we're not here next season.
Just think about your answer the next time you're asked those kind of questions. That's all I ask. Thanks, Aidan.
Ooh, he's in trouble with the boss man. Trouble with the boss man. Oh my god. Right, okay. As there's still 2 chapters to go, and I've literally got Dave Craig on his comments will take all night. As there's still 2 chapters to go, I'm going to have to postpone the end until next week. Unfortunately, because I've already been, how long have I been on here? 1:34. Now it's pretty sure that the last chapter is going to contain another 25% race. It's pretty sure. So I'd rather end it here and actually finally finish it next week. This could go on forever. I could just see it going on forever. It really could. So anyway, let's check the news. Singapore wound up quite the day at Marina Bay. Ferrari can afford to be content for now. Yes, they can. Socials. Oh God, it's lefty Jess McFadden. Yes, 4th place. That's what Aidan Jackson, I remember. What I raced for him today. Shut up, you lefty. Lefty. Dave Gaming. Devon Butler real. Jackson prefers Callie over Devon as a teammate, saying she's the better driver. Shots fired. Matthew says Abu Dhabi's in the 25% race, not sure. Oh, Jess, how cute. How cute. Right, hang on, let's have a look. Right, okay, we'll do one more. And then we'll have to finish it next week. We'll definitely have to finish it next week, but I'll do one more chapter before I go.
Why? Because he told you to?
Stop making this about him. Just talk to me.
We raced in a lot of the same races growing up, and one of us would always have a better race than the other. So in the car on the way home, one of us would be happy and the other would be completely miserable. There was no middle ground. It was like it was impossible for us both to be happy at the same time. And it's kind of been the same ever since.
Look, it's my job to talk to the drivers, Callie.
Yeah. Who gave you that job?
Why are you being like this? It's not even me you're angry with.
Maybe it is.
Oh, really? This again? We were kids, Callie.
You left me behind.
Come on, what was I supposed to say? Oh, thanks, Dad, for continuing to invest in my career, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline, just in case I hurt poor Callie's feelings.
Of course not.
And what?
It didn't have to be a choice, Dev. He had the money to fund both of our careers. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
Well, we were young.
Yeah. But we're adults now.
Yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, I'm not much competition anymore.
You never were.
I'm sorry, Callie. For everything. You were always first in me. There, I said it.
Nice try.
I mean it.
And did you mean it?
Of course not. Faster than me. No. She was never faster than me. She loved that. But if there's one thing my old man taught me, it's that sometimes people need to hear what they need to hear. You know?
Oh, Butler. Oh, Butler. Brazil Grand Prix 1 month later, Chapter 16. Over the last few race weekends, Connor Sport have managed to demonstrate some much-needed consistency. The Paddock now heads to Brazil for the penultimate round of the season. Right, news. Butler Global to withdraw funding. Oh dear. Oh God, the phone's ringing again. Oh, it's Milf Evelyn. Hello.
Cal, I'm reading more and more about these funding issues.
Only an issue if we don't get fifth, apparently. What do you make of it all?
Well, he won't really do it, surely. I mean, it's only been 2 seasons, for goodness sake. And Connor Sport certainly isn't the worst team on the grid.
You have a real way with words, Mum.
What's your father have to say for himself?
I have no idea.
You've still not spoken to him?
I'm sure you can relate.
Yes, but I mean, I don't have to work with the man. Look, you don't have to like him, you only have to talk to him.
You sound like Devon.
Oh, maybe Devon has a point.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mum. I'm going now.
Lots of love. Bye.
Thanks, Milfy Mum. Right, socials. TM at Marju. Connor Sport can't really be struggling with money, can they? They've had a pretty good season. Jess McFadden with it. Be quiet, Matthew. Be quiet. I'm getting on. Who else we got? Natalie Pinkman. And that's about it. Emails. Yeah. Keep it up, says Casper. That's what we're going to do. Right, hopefully this isn't another 25% race, otherwise I could be in serious trouble here. But anyway, let's see what happens.
Absolutely.
Why are you doing this? I saw him in the paddock. This would have been Sao Paulo. And I finally spoke to him. I just wanted to know why.
Something's come up. I'll call you back. Callie, so I'm allowed to talk to you now.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Why are you being so hard-line about this?
For this to be a worthwhile investment, Connor Sport Racing must be successful. It's just business.
It's not, though, is it?
Excuse me?
Well, why am I in the team if it's just business? Why was Devon? You can't keep involving your family in this and then hiding behind it's just business.
This is one of the biggest investments I have ever made. I must take care of the business. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously. I'm not interested in any of them.
These matters are complex. But they all benefit the business. They all benefit the family. And ultimately, they all benefit you.
You said this the last time you tried to stop me racing. I didn't buy it at 12, and I certainly don't buy it now. I don't understand what goes on in that head of yours. You threatened to end my F1 career, and then you claim it's for my benefit.
Have you any idea how much money I have plowed into the team?
Ooh.
That's the thing with you. Money. Nothing changes.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
No, Dad. I wouldn't expect you to.
You need to be more realistic, that's all. Not everyone survives in F1. You know that.
5th in the standings.
5th.
5th.
Ooh. Brazil Grand Prix. Kelly's a bit like me versus my dad. Brazil Grand Prix mid-race, chapter 16. The late safety cars provided Kelly May with an opportunity to turn around their fortunes at Interlagos. Oh God. Oh God.
Safety car's in this lap. Repeat, the safety car is in this lap. That means it's our chance to shine. Come on, you can do this. Let's go.
No pressure then.
Oh God.
Green flag. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Oh no! Oh bugger! Bugger! Cock wobbles! Oh! Oh! No! I've done it again! I've done it again! I don't believe it! I've done it again, lads!
Safety car's in this lap. Repeat, the safety car is in this lap. That means it's our chance to shine. Come on, you can do this. Let's go.
No pressure then.
Okay, clear. Nice move. Good job. Okay, you're in the top 10. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
There he is. Oh!
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
No damage. We're good.
great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Okay, you just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Oh, you bugger.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Wow, I think I did I did all the objectives. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, what a fantastic race that was. Absolutely.
Wow.
brilliant. Natalie, do you think we see Connor Sport next season? We're safe, maybe not.
I hope so. I feel like they deserve it. They've been box office for me. They've taken chances, they've been bold in all their moves, and ultimately, that's great for us and for the fans.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, but there's not much of the season left. They'll be hoping they can carry this form into the final stages. Time will tell. Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
Yeah, big up to the Gasly. Big up to the Gasly. In an Alpine, no, that's not very realistic, is it? Come on. Come on. There's Kelly, yes.
Wow, Callie, a really strong performance out there today. Just tell me though, how big a role did the safety car play?
Yeah, I mean, I really fancied my chances after the safety car. Obviously, it's gonna really disrupt the race, but I was able to take advantage of it today. I saw an opportunity and I went for it, and it worked out well.
Callie, your first F1 season is nearing an end. It must feel like a long road, but clearly you've put a lot into it. Is there anyone else particularly influential this season?
Yes.
I still really feel for my brother. He's a brilliant driver, and I hate the opportunity came at his expense. But my first season has been amazing, and I worked hard, and I think that's paid off.
And tell me, I'm not sure I could do it, but how has it been working so very closely with your family?
Yeah, It's been a challenge. Let's just say we've all got our own opinions. Family is never straightforward, and that's especially true of mine.
There are rumours circulating that Connor Sport may not be around next season. Can you comment?
I have reason to believe that those rumours are true, yeah. As far as I know, it's a decision that will be based on our results this season, so if we don't do well enough, you may not see us again.
Thank you so much for your time.
Abu Dhabi, Chapter 17, 1 week later. Right, I can see your comments. I'm going to go straight into it, so I won't bother reading the comments. Otherwise, I really will be here for the next 2 hours. So I'm going to go straight into the final chapter.
Okay, so we're running two quite different setups out there today. And you don't need me to tell you how it... You don't need me to tell you how it... Davidoff, that's enough.
Sorry?
Get out.
What on earth are you talking about?
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist. So get out and let those of us who actually care about the result do our jobs.
Talk about this later.
You can threaten me after the race.
So be it. Coming down?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, listen. You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies. The only way we can survive this, the only way that any of us are coming back next season, is together. You all understand this? No. Aiden, Callie, look at me. You look at me. We understand this, yes? If you put yourself ahead of the team today, there's no more team.
Ooh.
Callie, we got this.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry if that was ever...
Wow.
What?
Are you apologizing?
Yeah.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
All right. Deal.
Chin up.
Right, let's check the news for the final time. The socials. Oh God, the phone's ringing.
Hey, did you find him?
Too hard, to be honest. Does Davidoff ever sulk?
Hard to imagine. Listen, I hope I haven't caused you problems. I snapped. It was unprofessional.
Not at all, Casper. It was a delight to watch.
You think it'll affect his decision?
I've given up speculating, Cass. At this stage, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, well, we better get that result then.
I guess we better add. Good luck today, Casper. Whatever happens, I'm so grateful for all you've done.
Look, it's been my pleasure. Connor Sport deserves to succeed.
If the fates are kind, Casper. If the fates are kind. I'm trackside. I'll see you there.
Yeah, cool. I'll be a few minutes.
There you go. Email, good luck. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go into this, the final part, hopefully of Breaking Point 2. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix mid-race, Chapter 17. With the race underway, both Connor Sport teammates lock in as they look to secure the points they need to guarantee the team's future in the Sport past the 2023 season.
You know, before a race begins, anything is possible. Anything. On one hand, you have the true icons of the sport, certain drivers, certain teams who set the pace, who you expect to do On the other hand, you have the underdogs. And we are always there. Always pushing for another place, another point. Looking for the smallest opportunity, the tiniest mistake we can punish. And in that moment, just before lights out, it's like the world holds its breath. You know? Everybody just waits. The air is heavy, you know? And I knew whatever happened, corner sport had made its mark on the history of the sport. And I was at peace with that.
So you weren't nervous?
Are you kidding?
So we know how it stands right now. But just how different might it be when the checkered flag waves here in Abu Dhabi? And it lights out, and away we go.
Okay, Aiden, let's see if we can start moving through the field. It's time to push. Come on, you've got this. Copy that. The gap behind us is 1.9 seconds. Top 10 now, keep it up.
There he is. Oh, mon Dieu, Pierre, mon Dieu. No, don't you block me. Oh, bloody hell. That scared the crap out of me.
Straight we go. Here goes Jackson again, moving up the field. What a great race for him.
Yeah, it really is so far, Croft. I mean, this is a circuit he really enjoys. Remember the race in 2021 that he put together there? It was fantastic stuff back then.
Who could forget it? Connor Sport need a performance just like that today. Mayer's doing okay. Jackson really delivering.
Great stuff, Aiden. Come on, I think we can get one more place here. Push, push. Something's not right. Assessing. Stand by. I'm losing speed.
Heading
Oh no!
down the back straight now. He's in a great spot, but hang on, he's slowing. He's slowing. Something is very, very wrong.
Yeah, I think he's got a problem here, Crofty. I wonder what it is. Could it be engine related?
Look, they're throwing their hands in the air on the pit wall, and he's out.
And yeah, that's the engine gone.
2023 is over for Aiden Jackson. It's a dramatic exit, and it wasn't what he was hoping for.
Something happened up there? Yeah, engine failure, I'm afraid. Aiden is out of this race. Repeat, Aiden's out of the race. Did you get that? Aiden's out. I heard.
What?
Let me speak to him.
Why?
Just give me the headset.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
That's what concerns me.
Kelly?
Devin?
Yeah, we've had a chat. We think it's best if you don't push the car too hard.
Why? Look, you're way back, Cal, okay? We don't want to blow your engine too, so just cruise it in and finish the race.
We've got to be realistic here. Copy.
Sorry, is this a team order?
No, Casper agrees. It's just not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
Oh no, it's back to me! No!
I'm going for it.
Ali, is everything all right?
Fine. I'll see you all at the finish line.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep going. Pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance.
It's Lulu. It had to be Lulu. Fernando!
That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh God! I can't, he's too bunched up to Lulu, I can't get past him.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Bastard! Oh, Fernando's got it! Fernando's got it! No, Fernando! Whew.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 8.3 seconds.
No, Perez! No! No! Oh, you cock! Oh, bloody hell.
Flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Connor Sport sure will be very delighted with that one.
And if you believe the rumours, Anne, this is a team whose future has been in doubt. Surely, though, they've done enough to return next season. I think they've been wonderful to watch.
Elation with Aiden having to retire due to engine problems. Callie puts a team on her back and manages to drag the Connor Sport car, kicking and screaming across the line in a miraculous finish that secures 5th place in the Constructors' Championship for the team. Oh, God. Wow. Is that it? No, we've got to finish the season. Quickly check the news. Callie, take a bow. Yes. Socials. Oh, God. Yes, Devon.
Not bad today, sis. Not bad at all.
You did that on purpose.
Did what on purpose?
Oh, come on, Dev. Cruise it in.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You went against the team order. Poor form, that.
I can't believe I missed it at the time. It seems so obvious now.
You want to lay off the sauce, Cal. Seriously, it's a bit embarrassing. I mean,
I'm surprised Casper let you, to be honest. Really surprised.
okay, I'm going now because you're not making any sense. Okay? Ciao.
Dad,
California.
that good enough for you?
Look, I thought maybe we could grab a coffee tomorrow before we head off. My flight's not till 3.
Yeah,
Have a chat about next season. It'd be good for us. I'll think about it anyway. The offer stands.
you make it sound like a negotiation.
It always is with us, Callie. You let me know.
Right, let's finish the season.
It was amazing. I'm not sure I've ever seen a race like that. I was wrong about Callie.
And how did you feel about the engine failure?
There's no such thing as the perfect car. The one that failed us was the same one that got us here in the first place. So, you've just got to drive the car you're in.
Everyone's an individual. Which means that everyone is, motivated a little differently. Take Devon as an example. He always responds well to having his ego brushed, to being told that he's the best. His greatest fear is failure, so it gives him further to fall, keeps him hungry. Callie, on the other hand, has an innate drive to prove people wrong. If someone tells her something's not possible, she'll do everything in her power to achieve it. A sort of a stubborn determination that can be harnessed. And then there's Aiden. I mean, when he started in F1, people thought he was a nice guy, but he was incredibly ambitious. It's just what makes Aiden tick. Which is why I may have started a rumour or two about interest from other teams during his time at Connorsport. To stoke that ambition. Keep his eyes on the horizon.
A lot of people might see that as manipulative, wouldn't you agree?
Well, of course. Motivation is manipulation. It's the same thing. Look, the end justifies the means. After all, it's just business.
Looking forward to next season?
Just let me at it.
Will you stay next season?
I've told Casper I'll stay if he does.
Do you still have a job after your run-in with Danny?
Well, we'll see.
We did it! We secured the funding. What a team!
Yes.
Right now, yes, that's all that matters.
Okay, so, we done? Yeah? Cool.
Is that it? Is that it? Yes! Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, thanks so much for watching everyone, and thanks for all the support on this series. You've been awesome as always. I have been reading the comments while the cutscenes have been going on, but I can't actually read all them back because there's quite a few of the comments. But I'd just like to say thanks to everyone for leaving the comments. I have actually, I've read them all and got down to the end. I've got down to Matthew's last one, which says what motivates Hookster, and that was a shit ending. Yes, it was. Anyway, so thanks everyone. That's been awesome. Thanks to Matthew, to KD, to Final Plessy, to who else did we have? Wheel F1 Gaming, of course, was in there, and right at the start, of course, we had Helium Trophy as well. I'm just trying to scroll up to the top. Yeah. So yeah, I did read all your messages. That's it. Breaking Point 2 is gone. KDF1 says bloody crap. Breaking Point 2 has gone. Time for Breaking Point 3 in 2025. Join me for that, because I'm bound to be here for playing Breaking Point 3. What will happen with the Connorsport team? Oh my god. Will they pull a rabbit out of their hat and actually beat Red Bull and Maxi Boy for the 2025 season? Well, we all know it's going to go like that, because basically Breaking Point 2 is Netflix for F1 games, isn't it? Let's face it, it's just Drive to Survive for the F1 game. Anyway, thanks everyone. I've gone well over time tonight, half an hour over time in fact, but I'd just like to say thanks for all you watching out there. That was a lot of fun, and I'll be back next week for the usual Hookster talk. So yes, you'll have to get back to watching my ugly mug once again on camera. I apologise in advance. So, but yes, we'll be back next week for more Hookster talks. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes, they would have gone bust before. They will have gone bust before then, no doubt, no doubt. But we will get to see it in 2025. Thanks everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you, and good night.